Right, when you buy a Chinese mini lathe or any other lathe really, there's 1,001 different things you can actually make on the lathe if you collect up pieces of brass and aluminium or even buy bar online. And I've showed how to make oil lamps and various other bits and pieces, but today I'd just like to show you how I make whistles. I've made this one here, which is a Swanee whistle with the variable pitch, and I've made this dog whistle here, and that's also a variable pitch with a screw thread, and they both work really well, and they're actually easier to make than they look. And I started making whistles several years ago, and all this that I did was I went online and had a look at several drawings on how whistles work, the actual concept of the whistle. And then I bought several different types of whistles and just studied them and basically copied the actual workings inside. And like I say, they are actually easier to make than they look, and when you actually put them together you can solder them together. If they don't work, you can actually desolder them and put the piece in the end here again until you get them working. All it is filing the right angle on a piece that goes inside here so that the air flows directly over the edge of the cutout here, and that's how it creates the whistle sound. So I made this one a couple of weeks ago, and this one I made today, and I'll just show you how I made this one on the Chinese mini lathe, a few machining shots. And this is where it's important to get these very small boring bars made by Drill Pro. Excellent little boring bars for going down small bores like this and getting things dead right. And that's just a bit of Loctite 638 on that thread. So I'm going to let that set now. So that's set, and now I'm going to put a bit of a nail on the diameter of the ball. So now everything's working, I finish off by making a decorative end and putting this on with Loctite 638. So I just made this component here, and that one goes down to the actual cutout, and that really is just to make it look a bit more balanced. And then to finish off, I give the whistle a good polish up on the buffing wheel. So that's about it. When I was doing the recording on the video, I forgot to actually press the record button when I did the cutout on this whistle, or on this one here. But that's dead easy to do. You put the pipe in the vise and you use a nice coarse file, like a square file here, and you run the corner over the brass until the cutout appears. If you get a very small burr on the actual cutout, you can just carefully take that away with a small Swiss file, but you mustn't file the edge, you must leave that nice and sharp. It doesn't matter too much about the angle of the actual cutout, because you use the piece that you put inside here, or insert in the front here, to actually get the whistle working by altering that angle or the amount of air that can go through. All you need to do is get that air running over the edge of that front end of that opening, and you'll get the whistle working. And you can make these dog whistles so that they're inaudible to man, but the dog can still hear them, and that's what you really want with a dog whistle. So thanks for watching.